Back, ladies and gentlemen, back to answer your questions, to do this IG Live while I play League of Legends on my Twitch stream, twitch.tv/BelieveTeam. We're going to answer your questions. We're going to bring value. Jeremy Stickney is coming on in the house. This is our IG Live of the night. You want more of my answers. You want more of the J Curve. Get your questions in.
All
Pop
right.
them down below. We'll make it happen. Otherwise, you got to wait all the way until next Wednesday if you want to get some Jeremy Stickney answers. So pop your questions down below. Oh, I didn't put the thing. Hold on. I gotta pin the comment. Let's pin the comment. Ask us questions. Ask us questions.
Evan, do you do business consultations?
This is it. You're here right now. This is the business consultation. Ask your question.
There you go.
Yep.
There's the answer.
There's the answer. Join us.
Do you like McGregor's attitude?
Oh, that's a good one.
I think that Conor McGregor.
Yeah. All right. What do you got?
Have you done a top 10 rules to success on Conor?
Oh, we've done a bunch of McGregor videos. I want to say we have at least 4 or 5 videos on McGregor.
Nice. I'm gonna check those out. With Conor McGregor, he's an interesting guy because he's so successful because he has a personality. Well, he's an amazing fighter, but he does have an interesting personality. I don't like the throwing chairs at buses and stuff like that, but you know that temperament. But his focus for his craft and execution and training is so much respect for that. But everyone has their flaws. So yeah, I think Conor McGregor's huge in terms of learning about success. You learn the bits that have made him super successful, and then you leave out the ones that, maybe you don't need in your life, I guess.
And what was the question? Mindset or attitude?
What are you thinking about Conor McGregor's attitude?
Attitude. Yeah. So I'm in the camp of I love learning from anybody who's had success. I just got to find out what can I learn from them. So like I've got on my wall, they've got Steve Jobs over there. And then I've got, my parents on one side there. And I want to learn how to be a visionary like Steve Jobs, but not a father like Steve Jobs. I want to be a father like my father, but not a visionary like my father, right? So you don't need to like everything about some person. It's just finding what you love about them. They've had success. So they're doing it in a way that you can learn from. Even if you hate the person, there's got to be a way that you can learn from them. At least that's the approach that I take. So with Conor, I love just the hustle and the dedication and the no giving up and where he came from. I think it was like a plumber or something. Like just came from nowhere and wasn't supposed to be where he was, just like a lot of successful people, and just stuck with it. And no matter what you tell him, he's still going to go off. That stubbornness, like I'm going to go off and make this thing happen. You think I'm crazy? Awesome. I'm still going to go off and do it. Even if you hate Conor McGregor, you could still learn from that mindset. Like, are you taking no prisoners in terms of you going after your dreams? Like when people tell you that you're crazy and you can't do it, are you still going to go follow through, right? Conor McGregor will. So you can learn from that. So that's the part I like. There's something I can like about everybody and something I can dislike about everybody too. So what are you going to focus on?
I'm curious. Who would you love to do a top 10 rules on, but there isn't enough content out there that you could pull from speaking engagements and whatnot?
Historical figures like AP Giannini.
True.
Right? Jesus Christ. No, we get asked, like, can you do Jesus Christ? And listen, there's enough movies, but we haven't done fictional, like, actors playing somebody. Yeah, so, I mean, the default, AP Giannini, for sure, there's just no footage, just nothing. There's not even, like, recordings of audio or something. There's nothing we can do. We've looked a whole bunch of times. I went to go see the museum in San Jose dedicated to him. They were surprised that anybody knew so much about AP Giannini. So there's just not enough content on him. So that's an easy answer. Apart from that, yeah, like you go back in history, historic figures. There's other people that surprise me, like John Travolta. We might have another look because Travolta was on Impact Theory, and I haven't seen it yet, but Tom always pulls out great stuff from people.
That was a good episode.
But otherwise, like Travolta has done no interviews that are meaningful in terms of getting an answer. That's inspiring, right? Like if people ask him about the movies, and he'll have a quick response, but we can't cut it for a rule. So I was expecting a lot from Travolta. I was expecting that we'd have tons of content on him and he'd crush it because he's used to be in front of a camera. But that was the most shocking. Like, no, we can't find enough content on him. But I wouldn't say like, oh my God, I can't wait to do a John Travolta top 10. Yeah. AP Giannini.
AP Giannini. Cool. All right. What mindset or philosophy do you build to overcome negative energy from people? 2, perspective and then empathy. So really, those are the perspective to realize. Like if people are throwing you negative energy for whatever you're doing in life, you have to put it in the context of, oh my gosh, what must they have going on in life to not focus on what will build them momentum in life, and instead waste their energy trying to tear you down because maybe they have nothing going on in life. You know, they must be in a place where just so much pain or hurt to be throwing negative energy out there that you just have to sympathize with them and share love. Because what else do you do with those people? Don't reply hateful comments to them or anything like that. You have to just realize you're at a place in your life where they're not, and so you have to be super grateful for that and share them love and realize that. I guess that's
What was the other one? You said 2. What's perspective? You said
perspective and empathy.
Yeah.
Once you have that perspective, those are the 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love empathy. Again, if it's the highlight of their day is coming to your YouTube channel and leaving a nasty comment, I just imagine, man, this person's life has to suck. Like that's the highlight of their day. Their whole life sucks. And so that now it becomes a little harder to be angry at them if you actually take on the fact that this person's, they hate their life. So that's step 1 for me. Step 2 is doing more self-love work. Like you're agitated because at the core you don't love yourself enough. And so doing difficult work, taking on hard challenges, making yourself proud every day. If you made yourself proud every day of what you were doing and you celebrated that, other people's opinions won't weigh nearly as much on you. So those 2 things.
Best habits for energy now. Best habits for energy. I mean, you get the basic stuff. Eat healthy. Go to the gym. Those are the best habits for energy. But doing what you love. Make sure you're doing something you love. That's the habit you need to have in life. You know, going to the gym, eating healthy. Yeah, do those stuff too. But my gosh, find the thing you love to do, and that should give you all the energy to push through a hard day's work. Yeah. Yeah,
that has to be the number 1 answer. Is you're doing work that you love. If you're doing work that you hate, you can supplement it a little bit by going to the gym, and that's more just like venting and releasing stress as opposed to actually giving you energy. But listen, I'm telling, I was 20 pounds heavier. I had a broken neck. Same energy. I can eat junk all day and be 300 pounds and I'll have the same energy. I'm serious. Like people ask me, oh, you're doing keto. Have you noticed any more mental clarity and more energy? Nope. Exactly the same. Because I think it comes from, again, I love what I'm doing, right? Every day I love what I'm doing. I get the good fortune of living, am I going to die? I just died, very sad. Living a life that I want to live, being around people that I want to be around. And I built that, right? It's not just luck. And I think that's the most important thing. I could eat chocolate bars all day long, gain a ton of weight. I do this more, 1, like why am I doing OMAD and why am I doing keto? 1, for long-term health. And
I
2,
also like
just
to do challenging things.
Yeah. 2, just to show myself that I can, you know, just like I look at the food and I'm super hungry, and Nina's making sausages and all this stuff, and man, it makes me so hungry and I want to eat it. But I just want to be able to, I just want to show myself that I can do it. That's part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I do difficult things, for sure.
I do difficult things.
Yeah, that's the greatest feeling ever, man. When you actually believe that you do difficult things, that's more rewarding than anything else.
Maybe next book.
I do difficult things.
I do difficult things.
I mean, part of the messaging is in the book. To be a leader, to do you know, you're built to serve, right? So to go off and be a leader, and it's gonna be scary. You know, it's not the whole theme of the book, but there's definitely some of those messages. There's a chunk of the book that's talking about that, because you're gonna have to step up. You're gonna have to share your story, and that's scary because you don't want to share your story. You're gonna get judged for it. But I've just it's become a trigger for me. And so when I hear it in other people, it's a trigger automatically too. It's like, I'll interrupt people, say, no, you do difficult things, but it's so hard. Great, you do hard things. We've accepted that hard is a reason for not taking action. Nope, you do hard things. You love hard things.
Mm-hmm. Do you think the layer underneath that is just like, because you're always out of your comfort zone?
It's fear of judgment. It's all it is. You're afraid of failing in front of people. You're not afraid of failing.
Mm-hmm.
So the more you can inoculate yourself against judgment and do things that risk putting you in a position to be judged, and then celebrating yourself, say, I did that thing. I'm a rock star. It didn't work out at all, but I tried. I'm amazing. Like, that's literally the conversation in my head.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the healthiest thing you can do. Because if you show yourself that you do difficult things and you take that on and you embody that every day, man, you're going to do amazing things.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. I mean, at the moment, man, I can't even tell you, like, the moment going into business with you and, like, having to do, like, the sales, calls, talking with certain individuals, that breaking that shit, like that chandelier of comfort and just smashing it on the floor, like, huge. Getting out of the comfort, doing the challenging things.
Yeah, and especially for you, where it's like my reputation on the line too. It's not just you. It's not just you being judged. It's me being judged for backing this guy and saying, yeah, he's gonna help you.
Yeah, that's the accountability metric. Yeah, for me. Right there.
So it's leaning into those things, right? And that's where most people, they won't do it. But then if you don't do it, here's what happens. You're teaching yourself that you suck.
But if you put yourself in a situation where it just forces you, then it's just so easy to overcome. Like when I interviewed Tom, I got his time and then started working with you, like, I felt like, what am I gonna do? Watch Netflix all day? Like I couldn't from there on out not do something and use my time. You know, obviously I still have a long way to go with using my time as effective as possible, but still.
Right.
Yeah. but still utilizing most of it is, the moment, like, getting someone else's time, like, I don't know, that's been a huge thing for me.
Well, and that's been the thing for, you know, a lot of people, is just making the decision to put yourself, like, well, if you put yourself in a dangerous position, then, right? But most people won't do that. Most people are way too afraid to put themselves in any kind of position like that.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
All right, here's another one.
Okay.
So what's the best skills to develop 2020 to make at least $10,000 a month?
All right.
Well, just what are high demand skill sets right now? It's not trying to bash the school system too much, but
but he's gonna look at it's coming.
I'm gonna. A lot of the skill sets you can learn don't require school to really build a business and grow it, as I'm currently discovering for myself, working with Evan. Me, for it being YouTube consulting as the example of a skill set that a lot of people really want. They want to level up their businesses through YouTube, and so there's a skill set that can make you a lot of money if you grow out that business. There's also copywriting, marketing, running Facebook ads. So copying, marketing, digital marketing, copywriting, YouTube, consulting. There's so many avenues to take. It's just really finding out what a lot of businesses or individuals need that you could apply that don't even require a college degree these days. So those would be, I guess, 3 that could do really well.
Yeah, it's got to be a combination of what you love doing with what there's demand for, right? Like if Jeremy absolutely hated doing YouTube stuff, and every time he opened up the computer and looked at stats, his eyes glazed over and his passing it was like, don't do it. Like, it's great that it's a skill that can help, but you have to enjoy the process of doing the work. Otherwise, you're never going to succeed. So that combination of what you love doing with what brings value to other people. So like, think about people who have money and they have problems, and what do you enjoy helping them solve problems with? That's the thing that you can do more of and turn into a business.
Someone's asking about your home computer setup, gaming and media editing. Do you recommend having a private server for when gaming?
I have no idea. I am not the technical person. I don't have a private server. I know that. I have a solid internet connection. I have a pretty awesome computer. And that is all I know.
All right.
Yeah.
Have you, sorry, you were going to go?
No, it's people who are way smarter than me. So I got this gaming computer. And the number one, I play this champion called Timo. This is Timo.
Oh, okay.
This is Timo. So I play Timo, and I'm not very good. So I'm trying to get the gold, which still is not very good. I don't play enough. And when I'm distracted answering questions too, I definitely don't play as well. But we're doing it. But the number one Timo player in North America followed me and was asking about my computer setup and helped me set it up, and realized that I wasn't even using the right graphics card. I got this. He's like, you got a Lamborghini graphics card and you're using the built-in one. So I have no idea what I'm doing with tech. Like, it just got to work. And apart from that, I'm just listening to people who are smarter than me at the things that they're great at.
I love it how you turn that question into
What?
a knowledgeable.
Can't help it, dude.
Words of wisdom. You just have to.
Can't help it. Can't help it.
Another question. You haven't made a Bob Iger top 10.
Disney?
Yeah, someone's asking. Can you please make one?
We haven't. Possibly. I won. So, like, is there enough footage? I'm going to die again. I'm going to die. I died. Very sad. Is there enough footage? Is it good enough footage? It probably wouldn't do super well. Like Bob Iger, I guess, kind of alleged in some circles, but...
And he stepped down from Disney recently.
Most people have no idea who he is.
Yeah.
So, maybe.
Okay. Here we go. What would you do if you had to start over again? Like, for me.
You're not that far from starting over.
Yeah. 2 years ago, what would have I done? Well, I don't know. Maybe when I was in college, oh, you didn't even have a seminar then, did you? 2 years ago, no. So okay. I don't know.
Wait, were you at the first one? No.
Second
one. Okay.
I could have went to Evan's seminar a couple of months before. But no, I think timing's everything too. Like, yeah, maybe nothing would have happened if I went to the first seminar. It's crazy. It's crazy how sometimes things like just happen. Yeah.
I would be doing the same stuff, man. I just wouldn't be editing. I would spend less time editing. I mean, at the beginning, I edited all my videos myself. I would just go and make content and have almost no editing. I spent too much time trying to be perfect at the beginning. I mean, everything I talk about, I did myself, right? Like I struggled myself. I wanted it to be perfect. I thought that it wasn't good enough. You know, I struggle with all that stuff, so I get it. So just start. That's what I would do.
On the subject of content, what kind of content would you like to see, or do you like to see from artists? And what kind of content do you think could get more engagement from an audience instead of doing something that's just cool?
Are you gonna answer that?
Oh yes. Well, I mean, like it's more directed to you.
Well, they're all directed to me except to Jeremy. What
Yeah.
do you do? They don't know who you are yet, so you're learning. You're meeting the J curve. This is it.
Okay, what content do I like to see from artists? Inspiring, powerful content, which I'm pretty sure Evan would agree with. That's why his channel is all about success and believe. So in terms of engagement, though, negative content will always win over positive stuff, just because that's how our brains work, even from just way back in the day, from an evolution standpoint. So you know,
way back in the day.
So yeah, you know, negative content will always win. So if you see someone doing something that's cool, getting a ton of views, and it's negative, I don't really view that as successful or really something to aspire for. You want to be putting out positivity and leaving your mark on the world in a way that will make the world a better place. So content like that, all for. That's the stuff I love, and I wish more people would be making.
Did they say what kind of art?
From artists.
Yeah, but okay. No, not more specific than that.
Mm-mm.
I would do some kind of way to mash up my art with somebody else to try to get on their radar. In a sense of even what I did with my top 10s, like when I made a top 10, a bunch of people share it, right? Like Floyd Mayweather shared his, and 50 Cent shared his, and Gary Vee has shared his, and Tony Robbins has shared his, right? It's like, what do you do? And you're an artist, so you're creative. How can you creatively inject your art into what somebody else is already doing so that you can hack their audience and gain more exposure? But not that it's just a strategy, that it's actually fun. Like you actually enjoy it. You already mess with their stuff. It doesn't feel like extra work. So you know, if you're a singer, then write a tribute song for somebody. If you're an artist, if you sketch and you draw your heroes, draw Jeremy Stickney, and he might share it, right? Like draw the people who you look up to, and then chances are they might share it, right? Worst case, they never see it, they never share it, but it doesn't feel like a waste of art because you weren't doing it just for the strategy, you're doing it also for the enjoyment of it. That's what I would do.
Someone's saying, why don't we answer business questions? We do. You just got to put them in there.
Ask some business questions.
Yeah, ask some business questions. Don't ask why we're not answering them. You got to put them in there because we're answering the questions.
Oh, snap.
Scrolling through. All right. Okay, last one from this person, apparently. What is the number one rule that we can't live our life without? I would say, well, I know what I was going to say. But I would say number one rule to establishing your life, confidence. To, I guess, kind of tongue-in-cheek with Evan, to have the belief, the confidence in yourself to know that you can achieve your goals, you can live the life you want. You just got to put in the work that's required to do that. I think that's the starting point, really, to make anything. You have to have the confidence, the self-esteem to get going.
Yeah, belief. You know, I got to go believe. Nothing happens without belief. This is what I'm for the rest of my life trying to solve, is if people just believed in themselves and their abilities more, they could do amazing, amazing, amazing things.
Mm-hmm. This guy's killing it. This guy is getting questions answered. Okay, to you, the secret is to just work out. That guy, he's optimizing this. I think we got like 5 questions from him so far.
Okay.
Answered. Okay, to you, what is the difference between confidence and arrogance? So, I guess confidence is knowing. It can be hard to tell sometimes, especially if you lack confidence and see someone with confidence, you might mistaken it for arrogance. But confidence is knowing that you have the belief, the self-esteem to realize I can do what I want. I just need to put in the work. I'll set my mind to it and I can achieve it. And having arrogance is more flamboyant, I think, in the sense of I'm the greatest person on earth. I'm better than everyone. It's great to think that you're the greatest person on earth because that can be confidence, but you also have to realize that, okay, maybe you should be your, what do you say? I mean, you should be your best fan and your worst fan. So the moment I heard you say that, yeah, picking that up.
Biggest fan and biggest critic at the same time?
Yeah, both.
Yeah.
But if you're just saying I'm the best person on earth, that's pretty arrogant. And you're not realizing your faults, your mistakes, then yeah, difference right there.
I think one comes from a place of insecurity and one comes from a place of security. Like if your arrogance is really masked insecurity. I watch out about words about flamboyant because that could just be expression too. Like some people just,
true.
That's how they express themselves, and it's easy for other people to judge and say, well, look at how flamboyant that person is. But I'm supposed to not express myself because it, bothers you, right? It's more, you can't really judge from somebody else, and it doesn't really matter. It's an inside game for yourself. Do you feel weak and insecure, or do you feel powerful and alive? That's the difference.
All right. What about here's one. How do I go about building a community safe space for creative introverts?
Oh.
And yeah, am I back?
Yeah, you cut out for a second, but we got you now.
All right, there we go. How do I go about building a community safe space for creative introverts and help them do work they're proud of? So in terms of building a community of safe space for creative introverts, that one, I would be more interested to hear what you have to say on that, Evan, because I mean you could establish people, so you establish people you may know, introverts. It's kind of hard to tell, like how would you poll on social media? So I'm taking it from an angle, if you were to build a community, is to find people, friends or associates, people you know that are introverted, establish a community in person or something along the lines, an Instagram page, and build it from there on out. But how I'm curious to know with that, what your thoughts would be, because I honestly, in terms of building a community for introverts, that would be hard. Make YouTube content, establish a YouTube channel, specifically targeting something for introverts. Why introverts are the best? I don't know. I don't know this question. I'm gonna be honest with that.
I have a great answer.
All right, I look forward to this.
So the reason why they want to do it is because it's what they needed when they were struggling as an introvert, and they still are. Like, you're still an introvert, you're still looking for it for yourself, you're ahead of where you were, but you're still struggling with it, and you're trying to create the space that you wish you had when you were, 5 years ago, right? What year is it? 2020? You're trying to create the space you wish you had in 2015. So that's what you need to do, is think about who the person you were in 2015. There's lots of people who are currently that person. They need your help. Create the space that you would have loved to have gone and been a part of.
All right. I like that answer as well.
It's a great answer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the greatest human alive.
I was going to say, is that confidence or arrogance? What do you feel like your next level is that you are striving for? Well, I mean, I just got on my first level. I'm striving to be the person who delivers so much, the YouTube expert that helps build people's businesses and allows them to establish a bigger platform to grow their business. I guess that's me on the first level I'm striving to really go for. Becoming the YouTube guy that people really want to go to build their business. So next steps, I don't know, we'll see. But this is focus one. How about you?
As soon as I think of something, I go off and do it. So I struggle with that. I don't sit on things for very long. So I don't have an answer. As soon as I had an answer and I knew specifically what a bigger version looked like, then I'd have to go off and just start doing it. That's my answer. Oh, we can't hear you anymore. Like, what's Jeremy doing? It's like it's a long silent pause. No, we can't hear you, Jeremy. I see him talking. No, we can't hear you at all. We got nothing. There, that's like he's unusually quiet. Like, you really liked that point, or really didn't like that point.
Okay, how about now?
Yeah, now we can hear you. Now we can hear you.
Right. I had to plug my phone in.
Oh, you're losing battery?
Yeah, my
That's
battery's
so good.
dying. My phone is so hot right now.
That makes me so happy.
iPhone 8, so what can you do?
Alex was doing it yesterday, and his arm was getting tired of holding the phone. He was doing it at TDS. It's like, I got to get a stand or something next time. I can't do this. It's amazing.
Gotta work with what we got.
That's it.
How do you feel about turning 40 in May, Evan? I'm 51 and it's amazing.
I don't think about it. I don't know. People are like, what are you gonna do for your 40th birthday? I don't know. Oh, we're losing him. We're losing him, friends. We're losing him.
Can you hear me?
No, now we can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever had like a midlife crisis at 30 or 35?
Yeah, I don't look backwards.
Mm.
I don't think that way. I don't think that way. It's never been like, oh my God, I'm 30, or oh my God, I'm 25, or like whatever age group. It means nothing for me.
Right.
So, but not just age. Like even when we crossed 1 million subscribers and then 2 million subscribers, I didn't need to celebrate anything. Like, it's the positive too. It's not the milestones that mean much to me. We did a live stream to celebrate more for the audience because so many people wanted to do something. Like, are you going to do a live stream? How do we celebrate with you? And I just wanted to do something for them, but I don't know if I'm doing anything for my 40th birthday. I could this could be it. This is my happy 40th birthday. This is it. I'm 40. I'm gonna play League of Legends with Jeremy. That's how I'm gonna celebrate my 40th birthday. No, we can't hear him. He's gone. He's gone now.
You can't hear me?
Now we got you.
Gosh, I have to hold this in. Jeez, we're failing, guys. Okay, if when you looking back, reflecting on, like, let's say when you were 25, do you have the same energy as 40?
I have more energy.
More energy.
Yeah. Evan at 40 works Evan at 25 into the I don't know, into the sea. Like, it's not even close. I'm way happier. I'm way more energetic. I mean, and I was pretty happy, but Evan, a 40-year-old Evan crushes 25-year-old Evan. crushes. Yeah.
Yeah. Putting that in perspective, like, okay, so when you were 25, though, 40 must have seemed so old.
No, I don't think that way.
No?
No, I don't think that way. I never thought that way. Like, I don't know, what seems old now? Is 60 old? Is 80 old? I just don't think that way. I don't think...
Yeah.
It's not... maybe I'm just too practical. What does that serve me? I don't know. Who cares? Is 40 old? I don't... Like, you're 22, is 40 old? What does it matter?
No, it's not old, but, like, it's scary to think for myself, like, what will be 40? Like, I know it's not old at all. Especially since we're gonna live to, like, maybe 150 these days. Who knows? We'll see. But
I don't think it's scary. I just don't think it's anything.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think about it. I spend zero time thinking about it. Just doesn't mean anything to me.
Interesting.
But if it means something to you, then like leverage it, right? If 40 seems old, then say, you know what? Holy Christ, let's get to work.
Yeah, I think you're a weird duck on that one.
Yeah,
I think most people in their 20s are like 40 or 50. Oh my gosh.
why?
Well, it's just because, like, what I think it is? It's because you see your parents or something like that, where maybe a lot of people aren't prioritizing their health or they're not doing the thing they love. So, like if people were growing up and you were their dad, it'd be a very different story.
Okay, so you're seeing people not doing something you see your parents not doing something that they love. So that makes you say, I don't want to.
But most people don't have that context that self-awareness to realize that their parents aren't doing something they love, or
We won! They surrendered! Hey! Jeremy is 2-1. He's 2-1.
2-1. I'll take that.
All right.
But most people don't have the self-awareness to realize maybe their parents aren't doing the thing they love. So then they just assume,
No, wait, hold on. Come on, that's not true. People don't know that their parents aren't doing the thing that they love. Well, people know. At 22, you know if your parents love the work they're doing or not.
I don't think most people do.
What? No, at 22, maybe at like 5.
If you talk to most 22-year-olds, Evan,
listen, first off, I talk to more 22-year-olds than you do. I talk to them every day on my IG lives. They know. You know if your parents are happy.
But they're in your community. It goes back to like the norm is going to college. The norm for most people is like not knowing a clue of their parents aren't unhappy or happy.
I disagree. I think people, I don't think they know what to do. I think people look at their parents and say, I don't want to be like that. But if you ask 22-year-olds, do you think your parents are happy in their career? I think people would have a fairly spot on answer.
Okay.
When you're 8 or maybe 13, maybe not. But at 22, you know if your parents like their job or not. You see it on their face every day. And spoiler alert, they don't like their life. They don't like their job. And you don't want to live that life. You don't want to be that person. You want a different path, which is why you hate university and hate college and hate these crappy jobs and want to go build something better for yourself. Yeah. Oh, no, we can't hear him. You cut out. That's it. You got to push it in. Tighter, Jeremy. Hold it tighter.
Gosh. Okay, how's that?
You got it. You got to charge your phone full 100% for next week. What was it at the start of this? Was that 100%? Yeah, we can't even hear you anymore. He's gone. You're just like shaking his head.
I made sure to do this. There.
Okay, there. We hear you. Okay.
I made sure to do this at 100%.
Well, okay. So now we know how long your phone lasts. So
I can do two IGs and then I'm out.
That's it. You gotta hold it. You gotta hold it. Okay. Final words of wisdom from Jeremy Stickney, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is.
All right. Well, make sure you're doing the thing you love. Dive deep into it. Continuously learn. When you have those failures come up, you learn from them. You adapt. You keep building momentum. And if you truly really want to do the thing you want to do, then make it until it happens. Like you said, make it until it happens. So
make it until it happens. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back on tomorrow night again with, I think, Marion, new host, Marion. We'll see how well he does. Otherwise, if you want more Jeremy Stickney, come back Wednesday next week. Jeremy, thank you for the love. Continue to believe, everyone. And we'll see you soon.
Take care, guys.